Hello, everyone. Today I got lucky and I found Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Bombshell. Here's him in his packaging. They've gone back to the multilingual bios, if you can call that a bio. Insecticon, master of mind control. Yay, boring. He takes 8 steps for this little buggy. And yeah, they've cheaped out a bit on the packaging now. It seems like it's all downhill from now unless they start charging us a whole heck of a lot of money for these guys. Because this is bare bones as possible. Nothing up top here, nothing down here. You can just see everything hiding out down there. It says he comes with a collector's card. But that's enough of that. Let's get him out of the package. Before we get the Bombshell, I want to show you his packaging for anybody who wanted to see his image on the actual card without the bubble. It represents him very well, or what the toy looks like. And he also came with this nice card, which a lot of reviewers don't know where these images come from. They come from the Transformers universe game that I've never played, and I don't even know where you need to go to play it. I believe it's in just a Windows Online game. But this image looks a lot like his Fall of Cybertron design on the video game, on the PlayStation 3, Xbox video games. But I think a lot of these designs just are a hybrid of what they look like in the video games, and if they're crossed with Generations 1 and Transformers Prime. I believe all the cards just have this official Transformers logo on the back. And the card is about the same thickness. It actually feels just like the card he's packaged in. And normally nobody cares about instruction manuals, but now that I see this up close and in my hands, I can get a really clear image of what's in the background right there, and that definitely looks like a diagram for Masterpiece Megatron. Like, I can definitely make out Masterpiece Optimus right there, and that really is not any other Optimus, it's Masterpiece Optimus. And I could see like a diagram for the Matrix of Leadership right there. And the face is cleverly covered up, but it looks like that's probably a Masterpiece Cliff Jumper right there. Like, I can see the back of him. It looks like Masterpiece Bumblebee, but Bumblebee's wheel isn't flat on his back. So I hope that's real, that we're going to get an official new Masterpiece Megatron, even if it doesn't come to America. Anywho, here is Bombshell. Bombshell is cool. That Decepticon symbol is very, very neatly painted on. He has a lot of good paint and a lot of details. Like, they put details on his back. The only thing that could have made him like way better, because they put details on the back of his legs, those details on his robotic details on his back. If his back of his butt wasn't hollow, he would look a lot better from the back. The back of his legs are hollow too, but they attempted to cover it up with those bug legs, but they didn't do a good job on that. Anyway, I thought that his hands was going to rotate. They don't. His head doesn't rotate either. And this actual bug part in the back is actually in the back of his head. So you can't like slide this onto the top of his head. So now that might disappoint some people. I mean, I guess you can do this, and that looks good. If you wanted to, you could pose him like this if you didn't want that thing sticking up in the back of his head. One disappointing thing about them being cheaper now, he doesn't have a gun, but he does have these fists that look like they could probably blow somebody's head off if he wanted to. Well, let me get into his articulation. The head doesn't move. Bulge on its shoulders that can go back as well. Go out. Well, I said bulge on it, but he has a hinge right there that makes it go back. Bulge on it. Elbows. These bug legs can move around and get out the way, or move to however you want to pose them. So if you want them to be all the way in the back, they could do that. His waist articulation due to the transformation. Bulge in the hips. Hinge knees. That I guess if you move these bug legs out of the way, at least the top legs, the bug legs are actually independent. You can move that top one out the way and give him more of a knee bend. And these cannons in his knees, when he's standing up straight, they don't move, but they can go up when his knees are bent. And now, I'm going to compare him to a ton of different things. First off, Scrapnel. The best thing to compare him with. He's a different color scheme. I know some people might want them all to match perfectly, but there he is. He's slightly taller. And here's a Scout class Insecticon, whose name is just Insecticon. He's a small Scout class. Well, what else do I have? Let's take Insecticon out the way and get Kickback, Deluxe class Kickback from Fall of Cybertron. So now, until they give us an official Kickback, this is all you can expect from Hasbro. Now let's bring in another bug. Commander class Hard Shell, who I guess took Bombshell's spot for a while. You can see how they size up together. I guess if Hard Shell's neck wasn't hunched over, they'd be about the same height. I don't know who has more plastic. Maybe Hard Shell. I don't know. And some other little insects. Chop, who's an official Insecticon. And Waspinator. Since Bombshell doesn't come with a gun, let's find out if he can actually hold these weapons. Ugh. Crap. That's not one to go in. Oh, he did it. I've always hated this weapon as a... And let's try Waspinator. So he can be a bug holding a bug. Yep, works. Doesn't look right, but whatever. And let's give him a standard gun. The only reason to buy crosshairs. It's a tight fit, but yep, he can wield it. Let's try the smaller handle. See what that looks like. It looks like he's holding an upside down gun. And lastly, a standard height scout class. Here he is next to and is taller than Bombshell. It has a lot more extra pieces and weight to him. So, one last comparison in robot mode. Just in case anybody cares, here's him next to a Voyager class figure. Show you how short he is. Anywho, now let's get transformation. First, you just pull this flap over his head and stretch this out. Rotate his waist. Move these legs out the way. Peg these together and fold them over. Get his arms out the way. Now, just move the shoulders back. Get these pegs right here aimed at each other. They're on both sides. They they slide in right beside each other, which was a little bit tough. But yeah, go in there. Move these arms out to the side, bug arms, and basically, boom, he's done. You might have to move the feet around to get them flush to the ground. Floor, table, whatever you put them on. And now he's a beetle. And he looks really nice. Yellow eyes. The legs have some play. These cannons can go down if you want, or stick straight out so he can shoot stuff out of his butt. This is what he looked like from the bottom, which is a nice solid bug. He has a little bit of waist swivel, but the arms hit at the bottom. But it's nice, I like it. I might even display him in this bug mode. Well, let me get these other guys transformed so I can compare him. Here he is next to his closest actual partner, size-wise. Scrapnel actually folds out to be a little bit bigger than Bombshell. And here they are, both of they are, next to the only kickback option that you have. If anybody likes the look of that. This guy is, it's hard to tell that he's a grasshopper besides looking in this area. The legs are just a mess. But anywho, here he is next to these bugs. For anybody that cares. And since I had him out here already, Revenge of the Fallen Insecticon in bug mode. Who comes out to be bigger in insect mode, even though he wasn't that much bigger in robot mode. Anywho, I really like this guy. I like that it's well painted. I like that it came with a collector's card. I know a lot of people don't really care about that. But I love that they're finally trying to get all the Generation 1 characters out of the way that they didn't give us. And I hope eventually they make a kickback that actually matches up with these Insecticons. Fun fact, they're about the same height as the original Insecticon toys, just with way better details and articulation. So I'm really happy. My only real complaint is that he doesn't rotate at the neck. But other than that, I don't see a reason not to buy him. Anyway, if you like this review, please comment, share, subscribe. I'd love all of that. Until next time.